Today, we're diving into some really fascinating new research that literally puts an AI coach in the pocket of high school students. We're going to explore how this tech is designed to help them get through what can be, let's face it, some of the toughest years of their lives.
I want you to think back to high school for a second. When you were stressed out about exams or what you were going to do with your life, who did you actually talk to? It's a huge question that thousands of students are dealing with every single day. And, the answer isn't always that simple. And that really gets us to what you could call the high school squeeze. There's this incredible pressure on students from all sides, but the support systems that are supposed to be there for them, well, they're often stretched to the breaking point.
So here's the core of the problem, right? Students really need that guidance, and they need it in the moment. But their teachers and counselors are frequently just completely overwhelmed. And this creates a major support gap, which leaves a lot of students feeling like they can't ask for help or they just can't get it when they need it most.
So, to try and fix this, researcher Hiroko Kano from Yamagata University came up with a pretty innovative solution. What if you could build an AI that was designed from the ground up to just be on the student's side? And this is it. It's called the AI Coach and Counselor. It's a really simple web-based tool, so no complicated app you have to download or anything. And its whole goal is to give students both academic and emotional support right when they need it. Think of it as a safe first stop for just getting your thoughts in order. Okay, now here's what I think is the coolest part about this AI. It kind of has a dual personality. This isn't just your standard one-size-fits-all chatbot. It can actually change its entire approach based on what the student is looking for in that moment. So on one side, you've got the coach. This mode is all about action. It's about setting goals, brainstorming ideas, and figuring out your next steps. It's totally focused on the future. But then you can switch it over to counselor mode, and the vibe completely changes. Now the focus is all on emotional support, validating feelings, and just reflecting. It's less about what should I do and way more about how am I feeling. It's a brilliant way to show how flexible the system is. And if you look under the hood, the whole system is built to be super simple. A student just uses a basic web page, something called a prompt orchestrator, make sure it's in either coach or counselor mode. It gets sent to the AI model, and then the chat is logged securely so the researchers can analyze it later. This whole simple pipeline is what makes the tool so lightweight and easy to access. Of course, anytime you're building something for students, safety has to be job number one. And this system was definitely built with that in mind. It actively tells users, hey, don't share any personal info. It's also super clear that it is not a replacement for a real human professional. And, probably most important, it's designed to spot high-risk situations and straight up recommend that the student go talk to a trusted adult.
So the design sounds really promising, right? But how did it actually do with real high schoolers? Well, the researchers put it to the test.
They ran a pilot study with 51 high school students. These students got to use the system and then gave all their feedback through a pretty detailed questionnaire.
And the results showed this really interesting usability gap. See, students thought the system was super easy to use. They gave it a really high score. But then when they were asked if they'd actually use it again, that score was a lot lower. So it was simple to use, but maybe not quite compelling enough to make them want to come back.
So to understand that gap, we've got to look beyond the scores and check out the actual conversations. What were students really talking to this AI about? So you give students a private AI to chat with. What comes up? The answers are actually pretty revealing.
Okay, this looks a bit complicated, but it's basically just a map of words that showed up together a lot in the chats. And that huge cluster right in the middle, the light blue one, that is all about planning for the future. You see words like goal, interest, future, option, value, all connected. So that tells us students were mostly using the AI's coach mode to figure out their lives. The other clusters show they also talked about school subjects, exams, and even their own personality. And their direct feedback really shines a light on that usability gap we saw earlier. What they liked was that the AI gave these really detailed responses that helped them brainstorm new ideas. But what they wanted was for it to be faster and give them more concrete, actionable advice. So they saw the potential, they just wanted it to be a little bit sharper. So let's put all this together. What is the real role for an AI like this in a school? Is it supposed to replace human counselors? Well, the students had a very, very clear answer to that. This quote pretty much sums up how almost everyone felt. Students saw the AI as this really powerful tool, but one that works best when it's used as part of a team, with people. In fact, they were most likely to say they'd use it again when they imagined it being combined with support from a real person.
So, the big takeaway here is that this AI isn't a replacement at all, it's a powerful first stop. It's a tool that can help students get their thoughts organized and figure out their goals before they have that big, high stakes talk with a teacher or counselor. For real judgment, for empathy, and for crisis support, humans are absolutely essential. And that leaves us with this final, really important question. We know an AI can't ever replace the wisdom and care of a trusted teacher. But what this research really suggests is that maybe it can become a brand new kind of partner, one that works alongside our educators to give every single student the support they need to really thrive. What do you think?